Magandang buhay, LSPNs, and welcome to the third episode of this webcast. I am your Sir Ichi, and to begin our program, let's have an audiovisual presentation of a prayer, the Philippine National Anthem, and the LSPU hymn.
Dear God, thank you for the opportunity to meet together. Please help us to come together to make this institution reflect your kingdom. Breathe life into our ideas and decisions. Help us build a team that has love and respect at its heart. Give us the strength to continue working for your kingdom in this time of pandemic. Lord, come give us the inspiration to be the best we can be. May we be a shining example of your goodness and truth within, wherever we are. Inspire our thoughts, discussions, and ideas, and continue to remind us that all that we do here today, all that we accomplish, is for the pursuit of truth for the greater glory of you. We ask these things in your name. Amen.
Mga kababayan, ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas.
Kayang magiging telas ng sinananan, alam ng puso, sa titik ko'y buhay. Lupang pinirang, kuyaga ng magiting, sa mandulupin, di ka pasisingil, sa nagatang tutok sa simoy at sa langit ng panggaw, ay hinatang mula ang awit sa pagkayang minamahal. Ang isang ng pagkawat ko'y tagumpay na naghihindig, ang pituwin at araw niya kailan ang may iwatitindig. Lupa ng araw ng warhagit pagsingkaw, buhay langit sa pilit mo. Ang inigaya ng kantay mag-aapi, ang mamatay ng dahil sa'yo.
To serve our people, we'll do the best we can for our loved ones and our country. Progressively free, all the rest LSPU, our guiding star to success. All the rest LSPU, our guiding star to success.
Good afternoon again, folks. On behalf of Laguna State Polytechnic University, Santa Cruz Main Campus, and LSPU Diliw Extension pilot classes under the College of Teacher Education, we welcome you to Values for K-12 Pre-Service Teachers, a lecture series. Hashtag PEER-PEEC for EDUC Students, Episode 3. Do not forget to please register on our official link, which will be flashed on your screen. And same as well, feel free to scan our official QR code for today's event. And we are also streaming live via Sir RDTV on his YouTube channel. And you can also watch the replay of this telecast on LSP Lilio Facebook page after this telecast. But before we go further, we would like to thank some following persons who made this event possible. First and foremost, we would like to thank our University President, Dr. Mario R. Briones, our Vice President for Academic Affairs, Dr. Eden Calio, our Campus Director, Engineer Alvarez, and same as well, our ever gorgeous Dean of College of Teacher Education, Dr. Florida Pamatmat, our BEd Program Head, Dr. Henley F. Martinez, and also same as well with our program initiator, Mamayda Sarmiento and Sir Bayani Kia. Thank you also to our technical support team today, Sir Michael Ardizon and Ma'am Joy Pangaya of LSP Lilio. And same as well, shout out to all of our BEd faculty from Lilio main campus and also in Siniluan. And also to you, LSPians, and to our guest viewers, I hope that you'll be enjoying and you will learn a lot for today's web conference. Going further, let's have the objective of this event. Our objective is our project aims to develop and apply the concept of 21st century skills, its desirable characteristic in the teaching and learning competencies to cultivate a culture of excellence, professionalism, and values enhancement among pre-service teachers. And speaking of that, excellence, we will be having some words of wisdoms and also aspiration coming from the program coordinator of BEd in LSPU Maine and LSPU Santa Cruz, none other than the author of PEER-PEEC. Folks, let's give a virtual clap for Dr. Henley F. Martinez. Good afternoon, Doc.
Good afternoon, everyone. To our University President, Dr. Mario R. Briones, sir, and of course to our Vice President of Academic Affairs, Dr. Eden Calio, to our Campus Director, Engineer Alvarez, and of course to acknowledge our Dean of the College of Teacher Education, Dr. Florida Pamatmat, to my dear colleagues, BEd student from Liliu and Santa Cruz Main Campus, and of course the special participation of VT-led students in this webinar. Thank you for being part of this worthwhile undertaking that we are facilitating. It is indeed an honor and privilege to welcome each one of us in this momentous event, the live streaming seminar on values for K-12 pre-service teachers, a lecture series, third episode. The objective of this seminar is to help our students develop and apply the concept of 20% theory skills, its desirable and characteristics in the teaching and learning competencies, to cultivate a culture of excellence, professionalism, and values enhancement among our pre-service teachers. This seminar is an indication of our desire to transform our students and make sure that every learners will be equipped with the 20% theory skills to navigate the world throughout the lifespan. And this includes preparation for the world of work, collaborating in the community, and being responsible for the environment that we pass on to coming generation. I would like to give my deep respect to all the participants for your positive participation in this webinar. I hope that what you have learned through this webinar will help you a lot as a prospective teachers. My appreciation to all the participants for taking time out of your busy duties to attend the seminar, and to all BEd faculty from Liliu Extension and Main Campus for the excellent participations and involvement of this seminar. Special thanks to Mr. Michael and Ma'am Joy, our technical team. Thank you very much for your attention. God bless everyone.
Thank you so much also, Dr. Henley, for that wonderful opening remarks. We're truly indeed very excited for this event. Going further, we'll be hearing some inspirational message from one of our BEd faculty from LSPO Lilio. Folks, let's give a virtual clap for Mrs. Maida O. Sarmiento.
Okay, to our respected university president, Dr. Mario Briones, to our beloved Vice President for Academic Affairs, Dr. Eden Calio, to our campus director, Engineer Manuel Alvarez, to our to our dean, Dr. Florhaida Pamatmat, to our program head, Dr. Henley Martires, and to all of you, to the press service teachers, to our students, to my colleagues, to all the faculty and staff. Good afternoon, everyone. How are you in this time of modified enhanced community quarantine? Are you all fine and still surviving? How is your study? How is your social life? Your love life as well. Okay? So, in this time of quarantine, we usually hear social distancing and physical distancing. This became part of our vocabulary. Even the access to many of the institutions and businesses that are central to our country's understood way of life was really curtailed. As Burns, Daniluk, Kapoyanis, and Kendrick 2020 mentioned in their research, in the area of education, this loss of institutional access included the move to emergency remote learning from traditionally face to face classes of kindergarten to grade 12, even in the higher education across the nation and all over the world. Most of educational institutions encourage students to leave campus residences and classes and return to their homes, while the teachers and professors move to remote and online delivery almost overnight. Learning now is anytime, anywhere. Learning tends to be borderless. In this scenario, pre-service teacher education was strongly affected by this change, and the effective practice of this coursework to be delivered in the future is somehow uncertain. Like other faculty members, teachers, educators were prompted to move to modular distance learning and online delivery of content for free service teachers. In many cases, this pivot was not simple, at least imaginable. The more difficult was the integration of an online solution for the teaching practicum, which is a foundation or a cornerstone of teacher education. What follows is a description of one's institution leadership response to this dilemma and the development of what has now been called the pandemic practicum. The pivot from face to face classroom to emergency remote learning as a result of the COVID 19 pandemic created an intense level of complexity for all students and teachers that was layered on the top of daily challenges. However, we must be resilient enough and always look on positive side. Practice teaching is an important part of teacher education. It has been viewed as an opportunity for the pre-service teachers to put connection on the theories that you had learned to practices that you have learned to practices, so you should observe and do it in the field. The multitude of experiences provided by the teaching practices make it a complex endeavor and absolutely critical to education of pre-service teacher. Consequently, Laguna State Polytechnic University always find ways. The College of Teacher Education designed already a program that will help you, the pre-service teachers, to meet the critically important aspect of practicum in the teacher education. This PEER-PEEC and this webinar series will help you in sustaining the elements that will allow you, pre-service teachers, to plan, implement, and practice meaningful learning experiences and to adhere to the teaching quality standard. The components of this PEER-PEEC meant that the pre-service teacher will not be left behind. The interruption of the in-school practicum that was caused by the COVID-19 was not an obstruction for you to continue learning, for you to reach graduation, nor would it limit the pre-service teacher practicum experience slowly to the online environment. Pre-service teachers, you are given a lot of opportunities and challenges and consideration to a more blended approach to practicum that will require a more rich, deepened, and engaging alternatives as equal to the experience of spending time in a face-to-face classroom. Moreover, you as a pre-service teacher would in all cases will have experienced a hybrid modality, a mix of online and modular distance experiences as part of the program. Indeed, as being educated at this time in history could arguably have a more vigorous overall practicum experience, for you will be exposed to online and given a chance to a face-to-face context. It is really true that working directly with children and youth in school will always be the foundation of teacher education, but it is a foundation that must not be that must now be expanded. Increasing teacher capacity through different learning modalities on the pre-service teacher practicum experiences and the targeted instruction in a modular and online distant pedagogy can assist you to perform successfully in the learning environment. Thus, this endeavor, the effort of the College of Teacher Education Department is worth taking in this time of pandemic, for it will likely be necessary to prepare you to be a professional teachers for an uncertain future. As Lee Lacoca said, in a completely rational society, the best of us would be teacher, and the rest of us will have settled for something less. In this time of pandemic, pre-service teacher, you must stand strong and hold on to your dream amidst the challenges that we are all experiencing, because you are so important in our nation building. As David Hasselcorn said, and I quote, teaching is the essential profession, the one that makes all professions possible. Once again, good afternoon and thank you for listening.
Thank you very much for that wonderful inspirational message, Mamaida O Sarmiento. And truly that there will be no any hindrance to a student who is very eager to learn. And as I quote on one of those parts of her very inspirational speech, she mentioned that learning is borderless. And we here in LSPU will always find the way to help you LSPNs, our dear future educators, to sustain the elements of success of becoming an educator in this coming years. There you have it. I know that everybody are now very excited, but again, do not forget to please register on our official registration link, which will be flashed on your screens. And then also do not also forget to feel free to scan our QR code on the official art card that has been provided to you folks. And also, this event wouldn't be possible without the cooperation of the College of Teacher Education of both LSPU main campus and LSPU Lido extension pilot classes. So there you have it. Now I think we are very, very much ready to present to you this a lot of jump up knowledge. But please do not forget, viewers, to feel free to use our hashtag, which is hashtag PEER-PEEC for education edu students EP3. And while we're waiting for our okay, so there we have it. We are now ready. It is my privilege and honor to introduce to you our very first speaker for this event, for the third episode. So, as of today, this is a very, very nice profile. You better hear it. She's a wife of Fiscal Ramil de Jesus and also the former student teaching supervisor of LSPU main campus. She is also the former dean of College of Teacher Education and also a professor, a graduate and undergraduate of from LSPU, and also who finished Bachelor of Science in Education, major in Social Studies, also finished her master's degree and a doctor by profession in educational management. She is a mother of three lovely children with three courteous grandchildren and also a truly motherly figure professor. Folks, a very intelligent and hardworking powerhouse women from LSPU faculty. Please welcome to discuss, collaborate effectively with peers, professor, parents, and to the students personal steps to effective collaboration. I give to you Dr. Josefina T. De Jesus. Good afternoon, Doc Josie. So while we're waiting for Doc Josie, to all of our viewers again, do not forget to use our hashtag for today. It is hashtag PEER-PEEC for EdUp students. EP3. And also, please do not forget to share your insights while we're having the talk. And later on, we'll be having also an open forum. So students or LSPians, get ready for your questions to be thrown on the live comment section on this YouTube channel. And also, do not also forget to please have another viewing for this a web conference. If you have trouble on your internet connection, you can visit it again in LSPU Lelio Facebook page. All right, so I think we just need to read some comments and shout out to the rest of our viewers while we're waiting for Doc Josie. All right, first is we would like to say hi to Ms. Roan Kate Angeles, BS Ed 2C, LSPSCC, to Jacob Mark, Mark Jacob. Hello, good afternoon. Same as well with Miss Leia Borgonia. Also with Miss Janina. I would like to say hi also to Miss Mylene Buenavista. Good afternoon po. And same as well with Miss Rochelle Ann De Ramos. Yan. Also with Miss Trisha Gime. I think we have a lot of viewers as of today and we're very, very thankful for that. Hello also to Miss Eva Marie. Same as well with Miss Chia. Hello, good afternoon. And also to Mr. Nerzon. Miss Nerzon. Lou Maulawin. Hi also to Rika. Ayan. Hello to everyone. All right. So I think Ma'am Josie is now ready, isn't she?
Yes po, nandito na.
Ayan, okay ni si Miss Josie. Sige po, Miss Josie.
Sorry.
It's okay lang po. Ganyan po talaga pag live. So again, LSPians and to our viewers to discuss and to give you important facts about PEER-PEEC, the collaboration in the Academe. Please welcome Dr. Josefina T. De Jesus. Take it.
Um, Thank you, Sir Ichi. Good afternoon. So, thank you for your introduction and sorry for the inconvenience kasi because of our internet connection. So today, hello sa ating mga viewers, sa ating mga estudyante from LSPU Liliu. I think there are some students from LSPU Nagcarlan. Hello, tinig po ba ako, sir?
Yes, ma'am. Loud and clear.
Okay, thank you. Ayan. So kindly, ano na po sa next slide, please. So ano po muna yung ating video, sir. Thank you. battery is low. Saan ba ito pinapasa? Oh, okay, good
Or
afternoon once again. Sorry, bigla naman akong talagang
it's
this
okay,
afternoon
Doc
yata
Josie.
full of stress yata ako this afternoon.
It's okay
Okay.
po.
So thank you, Sir Ule. Okay, so just like in that ano po no, in that video, so it is important to know that everyone's effort is important in a team. Okay, so as in my today's topic, which is collaboration. So again, it is a collaboration is a demanding concept with wide-ranging and exciting implications for the education of all children and the effectiveness of all educators. So it is originally termed as collaborative consultation, and it refers the participant as co-equal partners. So it means in working collaboratively is really important for us. Okay, next slide, please, sir. So we have here the characteristics of successful collaboration. Collaboration, it is voluntary. So it means that we work voluntarily in our activity. If we are a member of a group or a team, so we must work voluntary, or we join voluntarily. Okay, and collaboration requires parity among members or among participants. So it means that there is equal participation among members of the group, and it is based on mutual goals. No? So dapat pare-pareho tayo ng goals. We are working for the same goals, like when we are in a boat, so we should go in the same direction so that we will achieve our goals. And collaboration depends on shared responsibility for participation and decision making. So, yeah, so all members are all the ideas and um, suggestions of all members should be um, given. Okay, so it is also an individual to collaborate, share their resources. Okay, so whatever the resources is or the means of any resources should be shared, no, in our group. And individuals who collaborate share accountability for outcomes. Okay, so since that is work by team or by group, so we are all accountable. And at this point, it is at its heart, collaboration means self-consciously forging constructive interpersonal relationship, working towards independence. So we have this give and receive, no, help. Then sharing information, expertise, observation, and reflection. Since all ideas should be given, and we are all accountable for those ideas that we shared, so those are all included in our collaboration. So overcoming territoriality, so truism has no place in the collaborative process. It means that we are all we will extend our relationship with our group members. And it also collaboration also means that it is moving beyond what Piaget term egocentrism. So in that case, so we should avoid yung selflessness, no, or selfishness, I mean. So we should join collaboratively, and we work as team in our we work as team. Okay, then collaboration also means instilling a community wide expectation of ongoing reflection and professional development. Okay, so with this collaboration, each and everyone, not only the members of the group, but also other stakeholders in case of in the academe. So we have our parents, we have the administrators, we have our students, our peers. So we are all working for that, and it also means a participating in co-planning and in co-teaching. So once we plan, we gather all the informations from all members, and then, syempre, if we deliver this in classroom through teaching, so it also uh, it also involves this collaboration. So we have also working to improve communication. Okay, so we have this cooperation with other members of the group, okay, and other or in any organization. Collaborations mean developing a sense of belonging and membership in a learning community, because we will not work alone. We will work together with our members or with other people in the community. And collaboration means creating a common vision, shared purpose. So, like in the previous definition, so we have a common vision as a member of a collaborating team. Okay? And moving from the idea of work to the concept of meaningful mission. It means we work together, and we work our we work for our vision, we work for our goal, so that our mission to everyone, not only for ourselves, to others, will give importance to each and every one of us. Okay, here are some of the benefits of collaboration for students and teachers. Instruction becomes more accessible to all students because frequently one teacher will focus on content material while the other might focus on presentation and processing of material. Okay, like what we have this afternoon. So this is a collaborative effort among the faculty of LSPU Santa Cruz Campus, LSPU Liliw Satellite Campus, and also LSPU Siloan Campus. Maybe on the other time, we will include the other campuses or other faculty from other campuses. Okay, so another benefit is direct whole class teaching and individualization can occur simultaneously. Okay, so it means that everybody will join, will participate in our class or in our classroom or teaching learning process. More time is available to provide individual assistance to students as teachers full strategic repertoire. So we we use other strategies or devices coming from our teachers having this collaborative works. It also greater and more varied ways to check for understanding. Okay. So, yun na. So, marami tayong matututunan because of it is a collaborative work with our uh, with our teachers from with our teachers and other stakeholders of our institution. It also reduces referrals to special education. So if we encountered a particular issue or problem, so we can involve, we can uh, we can introduce this collaborative teaching or collaborative work with others, particularly with this special education. It also increase of direct student-teacher contact time. Okay, so and access for all students to limited resources, potential for maximizing instructional outcomes, and potential for increasing teacher accountability. Okay, so because with this collaboration, like what I've said before, so it worked, no, it worked with a team or it worked in a team. Okay, next slide, please, sir. It also, the opportunities for co-planning and co-teaching in, will also introduce as a benefit of this, uh, as a benefit of student and teachers. This will also opportunities for team teaching and observation because we involve others or we involve some teachers in teaching, and not only for teachers, this is also good for students and to their to their co-students or to their peer students. Okay, opportunities for teachers to further develop a sense of audience. So why it is develop a sense of audience? Because since this is a collaborative work for students and teachers, so it involves so many students and teachers to participate in a group discussion or in group activities. It also increased creativity in lesson planning because we ask other teachers, to give their suggestions to work with us. Okay, it also enlarged repertoire of instructional strategy. Since there is so many persons involved or teachers, so therefore they can give suggestions and we can utilize those suggestions for the benefits of our lesson. It also increased awareness of educational research and recent developments in learning theory. Because as we go a long way with this collaborative activities, so nakakabuo tayo ng different theories, no, learning theories. It is also shared responsibility for celebrating success and analyzing failure. Okay. So what do you mean by this benefits? Of course, kapag naging successful tayo on what we have shared, it is good for us. It is good for a team. And what if ever that there is a failure for the part of those activities, so therefore we can analyze it as a group. Okay, and therefore we will make on other suggestions or activities, no? Okay, then better understanding of different roles and areas of expertise. Ayan. So, since it involves different people with different expertise, so we will really understand more the activities that we will be conducting. It is also, or another benefit is a greater clarity and precision in communication. Because in a collaborative work, there is also a division of work. So therefore, people are assigned with different tasks or different activities, and if they are assigned with different activities, so they are also in charge to communicate for those people who will be needing for that particular part of activity. Improve professional understanding of colleagues, greater openness, honesty, and mutual respect. Okay, so since we are member of a group, so therefore we should give respect. No? We should work professionally with other members of the group. Okay. It also increase flexibility. Ayan. Katulad nga ngayon, no? So, pati itong ating mga kasama in this webinar. So, katulad kanina, bago pa lang yung pagpasok ko pa lang, ang dami kong naging problema, no? Yung how can I connect, okay? So, pati yung aking mga kasama dito sa bahay, okay? Ayan, so with our activities, so therefore, for the members of our organization or a team, So they are also flexible in whatever circumstances arise. And it improved organizational skills. It also, including the time management. Why? Because as a group, syempre, we respect, no? We respect the time of others. Kaya it involves our organizational skill and professional and personal growth through shared reflection and ongoing feedback. Okay? So after the activity, so we will heard some reflection and feedback for the betterment of the next activity. And it is also less teacher territoriality because it involves more teachers, so therefore we are connected with other teacher. And it less teacher isolation or alienation. Okay, so gaya ng nabanggit ko kanina, we we are talking with other teachers, other members of the organization. So we will develop our interpersonal skills. Okay, and also greater professional satisfaction. Okay, Siyempre, we will gain confidence, no? Because we work collaboratively with others or with our co-teachers, and also improvements in staff morale. Kasi nga, they are hearing comments and good comments and suggestions from our other members of the organization. It is also, or okay, thank you for that the benefits. So we have here the collaborative teaching. So when we say collaborative teaching, it is sometimes called cooperative teaching or team teaching. Okay, so it is good to have this cooperative or team teaching because there are others or there are other people or teachers to work for us in teaching. It also involves educators working in tandem to lead, instruct, and mentor groups of students. So sabi nga, the more people who think so, the more successful it is. Okay. So here are the types of teaching collaborations. So we can teach collaborations like yung sinasabi natin, lead, observe, and assist. Okay. So with this collaboration, the faculty can lead, they can observe, and they can assist, no, whatever or wherever there is a problem. Okay, and also we have teach and reteach. Okay, so under teach and reteach, of course, we deliver our instruction, and then if there are something to improve, so therefore we can also use the reteach. Okay, then we have simultaneous teaching. Since it is a collaboration or team teaching is done by some teachers or more teachers, therefore we can use this simultaneous teaching. And we have instructional station. So when we say instructional station, have we will have a composition of those teachers and instructional materials. No, also we have this supplemental teaching. So aside from the main topic, okay, so we can give some supplemental support, no, supplemental teaching by other members of the collaborative team. Okay, then we have also the co-teaching rotation. So it means that uh, If some teacher are assigned for today to teach, then on the next session there will be another teaching who will or another teacher to teach, no, in a rotation basis. Okay, so we have on the we have on the screen the 20 collaborative learning tips. Okay, so with this collaborative learning, it can occur peer-to-peer or in a larger group. No, we can use these collaborative tips and strategies for teachers, no, through peer-to-peer or in a collaborative group. So peer learning or peer instruction is a type of collaborative learning that involves students working in pairs or small groups to discuss concepts or find solutions to problems. So, kung ating mga students dyan, so you can group, no? In case you have a peer teaching or peer activities, so you can use these collaborative learning tips and strategies for teaching. Sir, next slide, please. Okay, so here are those collaborative learning tips and strategies. So number one, we should establish group goals. Okay, so once we create a group, we should uh, we should work for a common goals. And second, keep groups mid-size. Ibig sabihin, mga not 100% ang member or 100 members. So, konti lang, no? Mid-size lang. So, tingnan natin what will be appropriate for your group, no? For a collaborative work. So, we should keep or we should consider this. Keep groups mid-size. The third one is establish flexible group norms. So, why should we establish flexible group norms? So that we can work harmoniously with our students or with our members or with our peers. Fourth is build trust and promote open communication. Like what I've said, communication is really important in a collaborative work, no collaborative activities. Okay, and we should practice honesty and respect with one another. It is for larger tasks, create group roles. So if we have a group one, group two, or group three, so what would be the what would be the roles of each group? Six, create a pre-test and post-test so that we can consider what will, if there is an improvement on what we have shared with our students. And consider assessment. So why we should consider assessment in a collaborative work? Because through assessment, we will know if there is a if there is an activity or something to be reteach, no? Okay, then consider using different strategies like the jigsaw technique. Why we should use the jigsaw technique? Because we should always open for different strategies or different solution or different solution for every problem uh, that arise in our activity. Kaya we use different strategies. And nine, allows groups to reduce anxiety. Ayan. So it is very important, no, that while we are working, we work lightly, we work harmoniously, no? So dapat hindi natin binibigyan ng problema yung ating member, no? Yung ka-member natin in a collaborative activities. Yan. So sana if we are a member of a collaborative team, so dapat hindi tayo yung magbigay ng problem or anxiety within the group. Next, establish group interactions. So why it is important to have a group interactions? So with this interaction, we will determine what are those important and what are those less important. Okay? Use real world problems. Okay? So we should work for the actual problems that we want to solve. Okay? Next, help students use inquiry. Okay? So with this, we always ask questions and we always give solutions or answer for those questions. Consider, next strategy is consider diversity. Okay? So mahalaga yung diversity, no? Kasi yun nga, kailangan natin in a group that we need the suggestion of others. Kailangan flexible tayo, no? Okay? So in any situations, in any problems or solutions, so we should divert. We should diverse. Okay? Then gender matters. Okay? So since we have this gender and development nowadays, no, meron tayong mga policy under uh, when it comes to gender. So it is important to consider the gender of each members of the group. Okay? So para alam natin na we are aware on their uh, on their feelings or on whatever their actuation is. And number 15, we use scaffolding. Okay, so we consider our members of our or the members of our group to join, no? Lahat tayo magkakaugnay, magkakasama, we are all related. Then it includes different types of learning scenarios. Since we have these individual differences, of course, the group also has its own differences. So we should always consider that every meeting there will be another learning scenario. Okay, we should also consider that technology makes collaborative learning easier. Okay, so just like what we have experienced this afternoon, so it is part of this collaborative tips or strategies. Then keep in mind the critics. Okay, so just basta you work in your own, and you should we should be accountable with those words and with those tasks that we have conducted. Avoid bad group work. Ayan, avoid bad group work. Okay. So kasi nga if we if we are always thinking for ourselves only, so hindi it is not good for a collaborative work, no? Collaboration, teaching or learning. So kailangan natin na uh, we work in good we work always harmoniously with our co-members, and we value intellectual divergence. Okay, we should give respect with everyone in everyone's opinion. Okay. So here are the benefits of collaborative learning. Development of higher level thinking, oral communication, self-management, and leadership skills. Okay? So since there is the inclusion or there are some suggestions from other members of the group, so therefore as a learner, we develop our higher level thinking skills and communication. It also promotes student-faculty interaction. Why, why it promotes student-faculty interaction? Because we work collaboratively, we give suggestions, and we respect those suggestions. It also increases in students' retention, self-esteem, and responsibility because there is the individual task or group task. So kaya nare-retain yun ng maganda sa ating mga estudyante. Okay? So we always remember those activities that are conducted in a group. Okay? Exposure to and an increase in understanding of diverse perspectives. So if we work collaboratively, we learn collaboratively. So there is much exposure to others. Okay, and preparation for real life social and employment situation because sooner or later you will be working with others, so therefore you need you need to work collaboratively. Okay, next slide please, sir. So these are some considerations for using collaborative learning. Introduce group or peer work early in the semester to set clear student expectations. Okay, kasi nga, we involve planning, no? So, we plan ahead so that we can give this collaborative learning to our students earlier. Okay, then establish ground rules for participations and contribution. Okay, so in our while we are planning, so we also give what will be the participations and the contributions of each members of the team. And it also planned for each stage of group work. Okay. So, syempre, you start for the planning, then you start, after the planning, you have this organization, no? Design, you start, after the planning, we have the staffing, the organizing, then the implementation and the evaluation of the program. And then carefully explain to your students how groups or peer discussion will operate and how students will be graded. So, we will be using the rubrics, no, for a group activities, and we will discuss this with our students. Help the students develop the skills they need to succeed, such as using team building exercises or introducing self-reflection insights. Okay, so with this collaborative learning, we will consider what are those things that should be learned by our students. No, so those will be included in our planning activities or in our activities to be discussed with our students. We also consider using written contracts. Why we should consider this written contracts? So that each and every one of the or each member are are reminded for their duties and responsibilities in a team or in a group. It also incorporates self-assessment and peer assessment for group members to evaluate their own and others' contributions. Okay, so it is important that we assess, we evaluate our contributions. No, so do I contributed more with our organization, or does the member contributed more uh, ideas in our organization or in our activities? Then we are going to introduce the task. Okay, and provide students with enough time to engage with the task, and then the brief, no? So that is getting started with collaborative learning. And here are the strategies for larger group work projects to help ensure productive group dynamics. So provide opportunities for students to develop rapport and group cohesion through icebreakers, team building, and reflection exercises. So kasi para we gain the attention of our audience, of our participants. So we should also include these icebreakers and other exercises. And then give students time to create a group work plan, allowing them to plan for deadlines and divide up their responsibilities. Okay, so yun na, there should be a division of work. Now, since we are in a group, so different group has its own different function. And as member of the group, each and everyone also of us has different function. And then have students establish ground rules. Diba? Doon sa mga activities ninyo, nag-establish kayo ng mga rules ninyo, no? Yung mga group rules. So what would be the group, what would be the role of this member in a group? Ayan, so it is important to establish the ground rules. And assign roles to members of each group and change the roles periodically. Why? Why we should change the roles periodically? For us members na we can also be familiar with the other tasks or other activities of the group. Then allow students to rate each other's quality and quantity of contributions. Okay. So minsan 'di ba naririnig natin kapag kapag group activity, yung sabihin, ma'am, wala po siyang contribution in our activity. But then in a collaborative work, collaborative team, so we consider uh, the suggestions, no, the solutions given by each and every one of us. Okay, then we check in with groups intermittently but encourage students to handle their own issues before coming to you for assistance. Yan. So we always say this to our students, no? So kung meron tayong problem within the group, so as leader of the group, so you should solve first the problem, no, the issue within your group, and then if the solution is not matter, so you can say it to your teacher, no, and then kung hindi kaya ng classroom or ng teacher, saka pa lang natin uh, sasabihin sa ibang uh, to other, maybe in the admin personalities na. Okay. Then we have existing organizational hierarchy or learning to collaborate as equal. Ito yung mga obstacles, no? So, yun nga, sinasabi nila, nag-work sila in hierarchy, but then, sa collaboration, kailangan we work equally. Okay? And another obstacle is lack of planning and reflecting time. Okay. Kasi we should consider this, no, in our plan, no, we plan ahead, and then uh, we look forward for some other issues or problems that we might encounter, because we will having a we should have a plan A, plan B, and plan C. Okay, then scheduling, timetabling problems, no, in a collaboration. Kasi nga sometimes we wait for the others, no? Kaya sabi kanina, we should respect other members of the team or yung ating group, okay? So that yung oras hindi natin maging problem. And then absence of training or in service in the skills of collaborations or collaboration. Okay, so we should train, we should give trainings or seminars. We should plan ahead for what activity that we are going to do as a collaborative team, so that we will work together and we will achieve, no? We will achieve the goals together. Okay, and another obstacle to effective collaboration is personality conflicts. Okay? Kasi yung iba ay, yun nga, akala nila they are superior from the other, kaya nagkakaroon tayo ng personality conflicts. So, it also, or another obstacle is differences in teaching styles. Okay? Because sometimes this topic is the focus of one teacher, and this teacher, there is also another topic na she would like to focus. And another is territoriality. Okay, so, but then in collaboration, we should be flexible. No? So we should be adaptive in whenever or whatever the circumstances, or whoever our group mates or other members of the team. So we should work them or harmoniously. And then absence of administrative support. Okay, why there is an absence of administrative support? Sometimes, since they are thinking of that the group can handle the activities, so sometimes there is the absence of administrative support. And in collaboration, we have also this communication problems. Okay, but then kanina, no, I have given the strategies, no. So we should always communicate with one another. So we should work equally, no? And then another, or this obstacle, ito yung karaniwan, no, na nagiging obstacles in effective collaborations is one, the resistance to change. So once we involve ourselves in a group, so we should be adaptive. We should always accept change. No? The only thing that never changes is the word change. Okay? Another is loss of classroom autonomy. Okay, so this is another obstacles. So bakit? Kasi nga, we involve others, no? We involve others in teaching, in our activities, so we should be adaptive. Then teacher discomfort in developing a sense of adult audience, no? Kasi they are experiencing colleague observation, perhaps for the first time, no? First time nilang ma-observe, so they feel discomfort while they are observed by other members of the group. Another obstacle is fear of criticism or judgment by colleagues. Ayan. But then in collaboration, we should give our criticism or our feedback in a nice way. Okay? So we should give positive criticism. Okay? And fear of the unknown. So it means, what exactly does collaboration look like? Okay? Because since they are not familiar with the collaboration, so therefore there is a fear. Then lack of sufficient time. Okay? Kasi mahalaga yung sa collaboration, there is a sufficient time to discuss all things that we will be doing. And scheduling difficulties. Since marami yung members, so kaya nagkakaroon sometimes ng difficulty in schedule. Okay? So these are the two most common problems. And I would like to end this discussion on saying that many ideas grow better when transplanted into another mind than the one where they sprung up. Okay, that is from Oliver Wendell Holmes. So sabi nga natin, since we are all part of this activity this afternoon, so eto, sabi ko, our ideas, when our idea put together, so magsasucceed tayo or whatever activities or whatever vision or goals that you would like to succeed. Okay. So thank you for your time in listening this afternoon.
Thank you also, Dr. Josie, for that wonderful and very jam-pack of information and knowledge for our students and future educators. Truly, I agree that definitely either it is a formal or informal collaboration, we must do not forget to build good relationships to our teammates, or if you are a leader, always act like a leader, not like a boss. Always observe the best that we can provide to our team, and the result must be always good. And same as well, do not hesitate to ask questions, because as a good team player, definitely you should know how to admit all of your flaws. And also, do not forget to share what you have genuinely and always come prepared. Thank you so much, Dr. Josie. We will be having Dr. Josie later for the open forum, so please do not forget to use our hashtag and please or prepare your questions for Dr. Josie and to our next speaker on behalf of having this topic about collaborations. Going further is our next speaker is a graduate of Bachelor of Science in Education and also took Master of Arts in Education major in psychology. And also she is a Doctor of Education, major in educational management, and already published an international research entitled Emotional Intelligence, Leadership Styles, and Job Satisfactions of Education on the Performance of State Universities in Calabarzon, particularly under the International Journal of Advanced Research or IJAR. She has been 41 years teaching already and already had been in different universities and colleges such as the Union College, Ama Santa Cruz campus, and presently in our very humble school or university or college of CTE in LSPU. As of today, she handled psychology, special education, and other professional subjects. And she has been the former student teaching supervisor for PE Ed program and concurrent the CTE guidance facilitator. She is also a lecturer and a resource speaker for mental health, dealing with avoiding depression, managing stress, emotional resilience, and other related topics under psychology. Folks, giving us the exhibits emotional intelligence. Please welcome, let's give a virtual clap for Dr. Albina Sacarmento Bunyi. Good afternoon, Doc.
Okay, good afternoon, sir. And thank you very much for that wonderful introduction. Okay, so I would like to greet everyone, of course, starting from our president, our dean, Dr. Heidi Pumatmat, the program coordinator, of course, Dr. Heli Martirez, co-speaker, Ma'am De Jesus, my colleagues, and of course, the technical staff, Sir Michael, and of course, Ma'am Maida, and especially to our dear students. Okay, students, are you still with us? Hello, do you hear me? Sir, dinig ba ako?
Yes, loud and clear, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. So it's really a pleasure to be one of the speakers in this series of webinars. And I hope that I could, or I can give meaningful insights to our future educators. Ed, and also I think we also invited students from Liliu, ano ma'am, acknowledge po kayo, and of course other programs in Little Ed, okay? And I'm also hoping that this topic will be of great help, no, to our students to be equipped, prepared, and to be armored with the weapons of good values and characteristics to be used in the battlefield of teaching profession. Okay. Of course, very obvious we are facing a crisis, no? But amidst this crisis, we have to keep moving. Sabi nga, in spite of the negativities, still we have to look on the bright side of the situation by taking into consideration how to become emotionally intelligent. So I'm going to discuss, you see in the screen, emotional intelligence. Okay, students, are you familiar with this, or do you think that the words are strange to you? Medyo unfamiliar ba kayo? But this word, no, emotional intelligence is being formulated by Meyer and Salovey way back in 1987, but it was popularized by Daniel Goleman. Okay, so let's talk about what is emotional intelligence. Okay, so emotional intelligence is the ability to perceive emotions, to access and generate emotions so as to assist thought, to understand emotion and emotional knowledge, and to reflectively regulate emotion so as to promote emotional and intellectual growth. So if you're going to dissect the meaning of this emotional intelligence, no, this focuses on emotion and intellect. I mean to say a combination of emotion and thinking. Okay. So I'm going to elaborate that as I'm going to discuss the different components or characteristics of emotional intelligence. Okay, first we have the self-awareness, self-regulation, internal motivation, empathy, and social skills. Okay, as I said, I'm going to discuss that in detail. Of course, with the use of example. Okay, sir, sunod pong slide. Okay, so first, we have the self-awareness. It is the ability to recognize and understand personal moods and emotion and drive as well as their effects on others. And the hallmark of this is self-confidence, realistic self-assessment, and self-depreciating po yata yun, sense of humor. Okay. And it says that self-awareness depends on one's ability to monitor one's own emotion state and to correctly identify and name one emotion. So, self-awareness means that you know how to, you know your emotions, no? You know what particular emotion you are exhibiting, and of course, it should be depends on the situation. See, for example, the situation is quite joyful, so you have to exhibit certain emotion. But sabi nga, there are some people are not aware of their emotion, especially when they reach their boiling point. Sabi niya, I don't know who am I if if I'm encountering a situation. Minsan hindi ko nakilala yung sarili ko eh. Parang ganun, no? But here, in emotional intelligence, you must be aware of that particular emotion. Particular, be particular, aware of the emotion because you also use your thinking power, your brain. Okay. Next, we have the self-regulation. It's the ability to control or redirect disruptive impulses and moods, and the propensity to suspend judgment and to think before acting. The hallmark of this is trustworthiness, integrity, comfort with ambiguity, and openness to change. Okay. So, knowing your emotion, you know how to control that one, no? Especially if these impulses considered to be as not good or considering the bad moods, no? Still, you know how to, to control your judgment in a way. For example, you see a particular situation, there's no need for you to give automatically your judgment. You have to study first the situation before you give your judgment, no? And also, sinasabi dito that you have to, hindi pa po tayo tapos yata, sir. And also, in that self-regulation, we have to consider uh, your adaptability to different situations. You know how to adapt in different situations, for example, it's not always that you're going to exhibit a particular or one emotion. So probably there's a mixed emotion, but you know how to carry these mixed emotions. Okay. The next one we have this, thank you, sir. Internal motivation. A passion to work for internal reasons what go beyond money and status, which are external reward, such as inner vision or what is important in life, a joy in doing something, curiosity in learning, a flow that comes with being immersed in an activity. Ayan. This one includes optimism, okay, and organizational commitment. So when we do a particular thing, we're not after on the external motivation, but on the intrinsic. I mean, we have the inner drive, we have the inner desire to do a particular thing because we are aspiring to achieve such goal, And sabi nga dito, we must be curious on something, especially on learning. Ayan. We are not doing things because we are going to receive anything, but we do things just for our internal drives. Because out of that, we get satisfaction and we get that particular joy. And sabi nga, we have to be optimistic in spite of the failures that we are facing at this moment. Still, we have to commit ourselves, no? Ganyan yun eh. We should not be influenced by so many factors that would affect your decision, whatever, in a certain situation. Okay. Next slide, sir. Okay, thank you po. Okay. This one is a very important one, no? Why? Because for you to understand people is to put yourself on their shoes. Because if you have the empathic feeling, no, you are becoming sensitive to the feelings of other people. As I mentioned by the speaker, no, we have to be sensitive on diversity or individual differences. We have to give them the respect. And giving respect is putting ourselves on their shoes, no? The question is, what will you do if you were in that place? Will you do the same? So sometimes we use judgment, we use decision, and not knowing the real situation because we are not experienced that situation. So not experiencing the situation is very easy for us to judge everything. We used to judge not only everything but also the people around us, especially on their making of decision. Okay. So in this empathy, we can have this sympathy. Okay. Sabi nga, we can have this care or wish to soften the negative emotions. Okay. Para bagang tinitingnan mo yung sarili mo sa salamin, no? You have to reflect on the mirror. Ayan, ikaw ba to? Ayan, okay. So, I'm not going to discuss this one because it's quite negative ang dating niya sa akin. So, sir, sunod po tayo sa next slide, please. Okay. Okay, the last one, we have the social skills. Yeah. It is a proficiency in managing relationship and building networks. Also, we have the ability to find the common ground and build rapport. And the things that are included here, ayan, effectiveness in leading change, persuasiveness, expertise building, and leading teams. In addition to that, okay, when we talk about these social skills, no, we have also, if you have the self awareness, we have also this social awareness by practicing empathy, and also we must be service oriented. No, we know how to give service to other, parang ganon. And also we may include uh, social skill. How do we deal with different kinds of people, regardless of their diversity or regardless of their status in life? No, we do not choose what kind of person we are dealing with. No, you're going to deal with the different kinds of people in a different stakes in a community. You're with your students, with your teachers, with the parents of your students, with the members of the school organization, something like that. So social skill is a very important one. Why? Because No? When you practice this social skill, at the same time, you are practicing a public relation. Of course, in public relation, there's no need to be politician, but the point is, you know how to deal with different kinds of people. Yun po yun. You know how to interact them. You can dance with the wind. Sabi nga, you can dance with the wind. You can dance, you can go with the wind. You can dance with any kind of musical tune, but of course, you are not going to compromise your moral standard. Okay, so those are the components of emotional intelligence according to Daniel Goleman. Okay, now here are the tips on how going to improve our emotional intelligence. Okay. Sabi nga dito, the good news that emotional intelligence can be learned and developed. Yan. So as you are in a journey of pursuing your education, no, you'll become teachers. Sabi nga, every day you took you have to take this as no as a challenge, no. Sabi nga, everyday lesson learned, everyday gain insight. So as you grow older, no, say quantitatively and quality quantitative and qualitative, you learn this emotional intelligence. Okay, observe how you react to people. Ayan, you know how to react to other people, so you have to know the nature of that individual. Your dealings might be different to others, no, the way you deal with others, but make sure that you know how to deal with them. For example, if you have 50 students, you have to demonstrate 50 behaviors or emotional feelings for them, for you to suit with their needs, no, kasi there are times na there are some students who are emotionally depressed, and sometimes we utter some words that trigger the situation. We have to be careful for that. Okay, look at your work environment. No, don't isolate yourself within your chair. I mean, you have to look around to see who are these people around you. No, and you have to talk with them in a nice way, and at the same time exhibiting emotion that they feel that they are welcome, they are accepted as part of the organization or part of the group. Okay, do a self evaluation. Marami tayong tanong sa sarili natin. One of the questions that we used to ask ourselves, who am I? Hanggang ngayon, di mo pa kilalang sarili. But through self-evaluation, you can know yourself. And you call this one as introspection. Mean to say, you're going to assess what particular activity or what particular emotion you exhibited on that particular situation every day. May nasaktan ba akong kalooban ng tao? May nasabi ba akong hindi maganda? Something like that, no? Okay, examine how you react to stressful situations. It's a very nice one also. No, how do you react to stressful situation? Now, please take note that there's a difference between stressor and stress. Stressors, these are the situations that give you stress, and stress is your reaction to the stressors. Now, there are lots of stressors in our lives or stressful situation. For example, nowadays, we are in online teaching as a modality, no? It's very stressful for us to attend a certain discussion if there is a problem with the internet connection. Okay, you are stressed on the assignments, no, usually given by the teachers, just because probably you are going to meet only once or twice a week, and then you are bombarded, and you think that you are burdened with much activities, but still you know how to react on that, no? Make the situation less stressful by taking some relaxation. Of course, sabi nga, no, nowadays, people are usually suffering from depressed, but don't be one of those people to suffer this situation, depression. Iwasan po natin yan, no? Kasi if you're going to engage into that thinking that you are depressed, sino pa? Sino pa? You'll become future teachers. So, pagdating ng panahon, you'll be teachers, and then you have to make your students feel that they are relaxed, composed, and calm. Kasi kung ikaw mismong teacher, stress ka, how can you help your students to free from stressful situation? Okay, take responsibility of your action. Mean to say that whatever action you choose, you're be responsible for that. Or whatever choice you have, it may be good or bad, you must be responsible for that. Uh, I mean, we are free agents, no? You have the agency to choose between good and evil. Whatever you're going to choose, you must be responsible for that, no? Okay. Examine how your action will affect others. Okay. You are not only thinking of yourself, but also you are thinking of other people, no? Uh, hindi tayo pwede yung nagsosolo. We should not, sabi ko, I mentioned earlier, we should not isolate ourselves, no? Nauso yung salitang ano mga, ano nga yun, exclusive. Parang kayo lang. Ano, meron kang sariling mundo. Okay. Ay, yung mga salitang person with autism, sinasabi may sariling mundo. Nagiging katawa-tawa siya, pero to think it over, hindi po siya magandang isipin, no? Sabi nga, uh, we should associate, we should involve in the productive activities for us to say that our action would influence them, no? Itong tao na to, mas sa maraming problema, pero still, you can see a smile on his face. Tama lang po yun, no? So, examining your action, ayan, nakakasakit na tayo, we never know. So, we must be also responsible for that, no? Okay, sabi nga, we are social being, no? We have to keep on talking, working with people. Okay. Sir, I would like to add on that, no? I did not include that in my slide. I would like to add more on emotional resilience, no? Okay. What do you understand by resilience? Resilience means that we have the capability to stand in spite of the problems that we encounter. Kumbaga sa ano, kung tayo ay bumabaksak, kaya nating tumayo. Okay. And Filipinos are very known for that, no, resilience. One of the evidence is that once we have these calamities, no, still we can stand. We can see people smile, sabi niya, picture, and you see these people smiling in spite of the background. Kita mo, baksak na yung bahay nila, still they can smile. So, what is emotional resilience? Okay. So, emotional resilience, it is the ability to adapt to emotional changes with courage. Ibig sabihin, kailangan meron tayong tapang. Yan, haharapin ang mga nangyayari sa buhay natin. For example, a death of a family, no? We have to adjust. Kasi, everything in this world, no? Or there is no permanent in this world. Everything changes as the time changes. But we have to accept those emotional changes with courage. Dagdagan po natin with faith. Ayan, ano? Okay. Also, our ability to helping ourselves and other people is also a way of reaching out for additional help. And this emotional resilience, of course, we're talking about the basic skills, no, for dealing with life challenges and disappointments, no. So, unang-una po, we have to accept challenges as a part of life. Tama naman yun eh. Sino bang taong walang problema? But of course, we should not be part of the problem. We should be part of the solution, no? So, everybody faces challenges as part of life because these challenges will help you to improve your capabilities, your abilities, your skills, ano? Especially your thinking power. Okay. Sabi nga, we have using agency to act responsibly. I think choosing the right is the best way. Ayan. And when we choose the right, we know the consequences of that. No? Sabi nga, make change as a blessing. Bakit natin gagawin na ang blessing ay, or a change is a blessing? Bakit? Because this will lead us to betterment. Change for the better. Okay. And don't forget, whatever happens to us, no, we have to express our gratitude daily. Lagi tayong magpapasalamat. Kasi kung isipin mo laging na lang puro hirap, nasa utak mo, parang sa tingin mo wala ng pag-asa. No, you have to think, we have to express our thanks and gratitude na buhay tayo sa panahon ngayon. In spite of the problem, still, we are living, no? May buhay pa tayo, di ba? Okay. So we have to go away with the negative pattern of thinking, no? What are these negative pattern of thinking? Okay. Blaming others. We should stop blaming others, no? Don't make excuses. Lagi tayong bibigay ng mga excuses, hindi pa na maganda yan, ano? Okay, we used to rebel, we used to complain, we used to find faults with others, meron tayong mga doubts, we used to give up, we used to procrastinate, and sometimes, or every day, we used to get angry. Masama din pala yon. And another thing, we should not indulge into self-pity. Hindi po maganda yan. It will lead to sadness. It will lead to depression. And of course, avoid this fear, to rule our lives. Hindi po pwede. And of course, we have to avoid this self-justification. Pag tayo gumagawa ng ng mga bagay-bagay, we used to give justification. Binigyan natin ng justice, no? Okay. Also, if we get angry, we make sure that we are going to overcome that, anger, no? Also, we have this building healthy relationship. Ayan. Pag maganda yung relationship sa yung members of the family, your neighbors, classmates, lahat-lahat, maganda ang takbo ng buhay, parang gano'n, no? Also, we have to provide strength to others. Kung ang mga tao ay medyo nanghihina na, we can provide them the strength. Para bang you give them the hope. Okay. And of course, yung lagi sinasabi, we have to move forward. Hindi po tayo pwedeng pabalik, no? We have to move forward for us to, ready to whatever situation that or challenge that comes our way. Okay. And I would like to add my lecture on the last slide po, sir. Meron yata akong nakalagay. Sir, yung pong huli, sir. Hello. Okay. Balancing emotion with intelligence results in wise and sound decision. Yan. So, dadagdagan ko po bakit ang ating utak ay nasa taas? Ibig sabihin, at ang ating puso, ang ating utak nasa taas, ito yung nag-iisip eh. Tapos yung ating puso, ito yung nasa emotion. Mas mataas yung ating isip. Ibig sabihin, siya pa rin ang magdo-dominate ng ating emotion. Kasi our emotions, our heart does not know the reason. Hindi siya marunong mga tuwiran. Pero ang ating isipan, marunong siyang mga tuwiran. Still, siya pa rin ang dapat manguna. Kasi pag ikay galit at hindi ka napag-isip, whatever be decision is not good. No? Hindi nagiging wise ang yung decision. But dito, ayan, walang mataas, walang mababa. There should be balance. The expression of emotions and developing your intelligence ay po yan. Dapat ay balance. Okay. Thank you very much for your listening, and I hope that you gain much from my short lecture. Masyado yata nagmamadali si ma'am. Okay, thank you very much, Sir Michael, our chief for the sport. Okay.
Thank you also, Doc Vina. Thank you so much. I have a lot of takeaway this afternoon of being a person also dealing with anxiety. And I really, really strongly agree that we as an educator, we should know how to balance love and spirituality as one of the basic components for us also to provide this emotional intelligence that we use in dealing with our students. And same as well with our future educators, ano po na nakikinig niyan. We hope that we already give you this learning of motivating yourself and understanding more yourself for you to be able to share as well with your future students or learners. And aside from that, managing stress is very very important nowadays. So this topic is very very essential for us. So I think we're now ready to have our open forum. So we will be bringing back on the stream our two exquisite guest speakers, Dr. Josie and Dr. Vina, for some questions na ibibigay po sa atin ng ating mga viewers at ang ating mga LSPians. So while we're waiting for them, to our viewers, do not forget to register, whereas that will serve as your official attendance, and with that registration, you'll be receiving a certificate as well. So while we're waiting, I think, meron ba tayong mga questions na? Kung wala pa po tayong questions, okay, so there you have it. So we have this first question. So in collaboration, what are we going to do if there is a member of the team who is not cooperative at all? Okay. And in emotional intelligence naman, what is the best way to handle anxiety while working? Okay, so I think dun po muna tayo with the collaboration thing. So, Miss Doc Josie, are you ready to answer po? What are for the first question?
Okay, good afternoon. Good afternoon po uli, no? So, the question is, what are we going to do if there is a member of the team who is not cooperative at all? So, sa akin po ay, you talk with that person, no? Kasi, sabi ko nga kanina, we should always open our line of communication with one another so that we will discuss what are those problems ng tao na yun. So maybe make we can make a plan together with that person on how he or she will cope his or her problem regarding his membership or his his contribution in the organization. Like what I've said before, in a collaborative activity or collaborative team, all all the participants should work equally. No? Kaya it is important for us na kausapin siya and we decide on what particular actions or solutions. Kasi yun nga, we should always consider what is the root cause of that problem so that we can give suggestions, we can give solutions on that particular problem. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Doc Josie. I agree. And I think if I would be the person who is not that cooperative at all, and that would be the treatment, then definitely I will be more cooperative on the next activity. Kasi nga naman, they already give me and extend their hands to be understood po. Next naman po, our second question po, I think this is for Doc Vina. So let's just repeat po. In emotional intelligence po, what would be the best way for us to handle anxiety while we were working?
Okay, thank you, sir. Kung sino nagbigay ng question, thank you for the best question. Okay, first we're going to define first what is anxiety. Anxiety is a matter of feeling, no? Negative thing may happen. Parang lagi tayong nababahala. Sa panahon ngayon, nababahala tayo. Kakain pa ba tayo bukas? May trabaho pa ba tayo bukas? Makapag-aaral pa kaya ako sa susunod na semester? So these are the things that trigger us to have anxiety. We're becoming anxious of the situation. Now we are in the negative situation, right? But we have to look on the positive way, the positive side of the situation. Ano? Uh, why? Why? Bakit ka titingin? Ano yung what other capabilities or potentials or skills you have? Ano yung pwede mo ma-develop? Realizing na you does not live in a situation na dito ka lang eh. Yung sinasabi natin yung common word na comfort zone. Umalis tayo dun eh, di ba? Para to discover more of our potentialities, of our abilities, capabilities. Ano ba yung ginagawa ng mga tao ngayon? Wala silang trabaho. Ayan, they engage into online. Kasi anxious sila, wala silang pera. So for that, nagkaroon sila ng pera, di ba? Ang iba, engage into, ano nga, ang tawag sa natin, plantita and plantito. Meron palang pera sa may pera para sa halaman. Yung nakikita natin sa bundok, yung mga nakakalat lang sa ating kapaligiran, meron pala siyang meron siyang halaga. So those are the things na pwede mong gawin. You have to discover the other side of you. Maaring meron ka pang pwedeng gawin sa sarili mo. At sabi nga ko kanina, doon ka lagi titingin sa positive side. Huwag kang titingin sa negative side. Kasi kung negative side ang lagi mong tinitingnan, 100% you'll be suffering from anxiety, depression that will lead to committing a suicide. Yun po yun. Okay.
Thank you, Doc
Ano po?
Josie.
Okay po? Nasagot ko po yung tanong.
Yes, sobra po. And I
Okay.
think
Dagdagan ko na lang, sir,
Sige po.
Relaxation. Makinig ng music. Mag-zumba, ayun po, marami tayong magagawang physical exercises or activities that keep ourselves busy to become constructive and productive. Okay?
Yes, I agree, Doc Josie. Saka pati siguro to our students naman, if you're dealing with this such thing of anxiety, enjoy. Enjoy the privilege and luxury that you're studying at home, di ba? Na nasa bahay ka lang pero natututo ka. So yun yung tingnan natin mga students. Alright, so we also have another question here from Miss Julie Ann Verinia. What is the best approach to those students who feel like giving up on their studies because they cannot find a way to have a better connection in online learning?
Okay.
So,
Thank
yun
you.
po. Go po.
So, find a way to have a better connection on online learning. Alam niyo, ang mga teacher, we're advised to be lenient. We have to be considerate. No, kami ng mga teacher, we are also facing this kind of problem in connection. Medyo very stressful yan. Pero, sabi nga, you can ask your teacher, Mom, may problema po ako sa connection. Naintindihan naman ni teacher yan. Kasi, hindi natin talaga hawak-hawak yung connection na yan di ba? Hindi natin hawak yan unless wala tayong pambili ng data, wala talagang connection. That would be our personal problem. Pero ang problema naman yan ay nasa company, I think the teacher would understand. Wala tayong magagawa kasi yun ang problema natin. But I think the teacher gives additional assignment in doing this to come up with this online learning. Kaya lang problema din, Ma'am, wala po kaming internet. You are asking to do this activity but still we need to use the internet, something like that, siguro nasa usapan na ng teacher nyo yan, kasi meron akong mga estudyante gusto na mag-drop, sir. Ang problema nga daw nila yung sa connection, wala silang pambili ng data. Sabi ko, ito na lang isipin nyo anak, lahat ng ginagawa natin may pagsubok. If you're able to overcome such kind of challenge, I tell you, pagdating ng isang taon ka-graduate ka. Tiis-tiis lang po tayo. Isipin natin, hindi lang ikaw ang may problema ng ganyan. Marami tayong problema. No? Don't isolate yourself that you are the only one who has such kind of problem. Lahat po tayo. It's just a matter how you're going to deal with the problem. Okay? Yes.
Yes, thanks. Thank you po, Doc Josie.
Opo.
I hope Miss Julie that we already give it the answer. Yes, Doc Vina, thank you po for that
Yes,
answer po.
okay.
Doc Josie, meron po kayong i-add po?
Okay, so gaya ng nabanggit ng ma'am, it is not only her problem. Katulad nga kanina, talagang problema ko. Alam niyo ba, ilang laptop yung aking napagsalin-salin? Kasi nakaset na talaga ako doon sa kabilang kwarto. Doon kasi yung aking classroom. Tatlo kami nag-go-online class. Yung aking asawa at yung aking anak na nag-aaral. So So kanina, nakaset na doon, tapos biglang, sabi ko, naku, nag-ano ang aking connection. Lumipat ako sa laptop na itong aking asawa. Pagdating ko naman dito, talagang sinusubok ako ng ng ating internet connection. Tapos pagdating ko pa, biglang nag-lowbat itong laptop na to. Kaya ito, oy, nag-lowbat. Napasigaw yata ako kanina. Okay, so for that student, gawin mo lang light ang buhay mo, no? We should enjoy yung ating every minute of our life kasi because of this pandemic, hindi natin masasabi, no? Si COVID-19 present siya sa ating environment. Kaya dapat maging masaya na lang tayo. And then, if we have problem on this connectivity, so, gaya ng sabi ng ma'am, we can talk with our teachers, no, our professors to discuss that problem. Very, naman talaga tayo, no, very lenient sa mga ganyang bagay. Excuse kasi that is national problem, you know? Actually dito sa bahay, ang dami namin, meron kaming PLDT, meron kaming 2 globe, para lang magtigi-tigi sa kami ng connection. Pero talagang sometimes, yung 3 na yun, nagsasabay-sabay na nadi-disconnect. Kaya mahirap ang natin. So, yun lang. Enjoy lang natin yung buhay natin. No? We take it lightly. Ayan. Para hindi naman tayo ma-depress, hindi tayo magkaroon ng anxiety or free tayo sa anumang stress.
Yes. Okay. Thank you po, Doc Josie. And I think siguro kanina yung learning natin, students, no? If we are an educator, add up lang po yung sinabi kanina, let's learn to share what we have. Kung alam natin, kaklase natin, hindi kaya yung ganun, let's give a hand, di ba? With that case, yung tinuro naman ni Doc Vina, na matutulungan natin siya to deal with dun sa nararamdaman niyang feeling lost, kumbaga po, no, sa klase. Okay, anyway, going further now, our next question is from Ms. Cosette Torres. Ma'am and sirs, I'm really curious about how can we ensure the learning of the learners whom are receiving formal education for the first time. Ayan. Okay. Sino pong gustong mauna? Si Doc Vina.
Sige.
Okay.
Pag sinabi natin formal education, ano ba yan? Start yan sa grade 1 hanggang college, no? Okay, focus tayo sa college, di ba? Formal education, how can we ensure? Ayan. I think it's not only the role of the teacher to impart the information or knowledge to our students. If the teacher or the teachers do their parts, no, I think the student also should do their part. Kung ginagawa niyo naman ang part nyo, I think you'll be given passing grade, no? Kung nakikita naman ng teacher nyo na ito naman in spite of all those problems, meron pa rin siyang willingness and eagerness to learn, ipapasa kayo ng teacher. 100% yon. Sino ba naman ng teacher na hindi kayo maiintindihan? But, itong sasabihin ko sa inyo, not to compromise the quality education. What does it mean? Hindi naman ibig sabihin, ipapasa kayo ni teacher, hindi na kayo pumapasok. It's unfair. We're becoming unfair to other students. Sabi niya, ay, alam mo, nakuha ni Cosette ay 1.5. Hindi siya nagpapapasok. Samantalang ako nagpapasok, nakuha ko 1.5. No, doon po, ang teacher ay ini-evaluate na talaga ang mga estudyante kung ano ba ang dapat na ibibigay na grade. But of course, considering the situation, nasa pandemic tayo, kung yung bata naman talaga nag-e-effort, nag-text sa'yo, ma'am, pasensya po, nagkaroon po ng disconnection, pero present po ako. Ayan. O kaya naman, ang estudyante, umaattend ng klase, nag-check ng attendance, sa susunod, tinawag ni teacher, wala na siya, hindi na sumasagot. So, anong bibigay mong grade doon? Siyempre, hindi sila pareho, di ba? So, still, you have to take into consideration, no? Do your part and the teacher will do their part. Ayan po. Pag kayo nakikita nagsusumikap, wala po ditong mayaman, walang mahirap, pare-pareho tayo. It's just a matter how you deal with the situation. Yun po yun eh. Okay. Sige po, sir.
Thank you, Doc Vina. Doc Josie? Any insights po?
Okay, thank you, Sir Chi. So, as part of collaborative learning and teaching, no, so sabi nga, there is equal participation of both participants, no, both the students and the teacher in this formal education. So we should always consider na kailangan we can sabi nga natin, if there are some tasks given by the teachers or by the professor, we make sure that we answer or we do the activities, we do the tasks given by the professors so that we can have we can assess, no, we can give an appropriate grade for that students. Okay, so in my experience this last first sem, sabi ng bata sa akin, "Ma'am, bakit po mababa ang grade ko?" Ayan. Ay, nakita ko na ano siya, pinicturean ko yung kasi uh, those activities should be passed under the Google Classroom. No? So, chine-check namin doon. So, pinicturean ko yung yung ano niya, yung record niya na wala siyang na-submit, no attachment, minsan missing. No? So, how can I give her or him a good grade kung wala naman akong malalagyan sa kanya ng grade? No? So, yun. Kaya, as a student, no, you should do your part. And we teachers, we faculty, we always do our part, no, to impart those learning with you. And so, yun nga, kasama yan sa ating vision and mission. Kaya, good things na tayo ay nasa LSPU. We guarantee that in LSPU, we give we give our best, no? We give this quality education for you um, to succeed in life, to achieve your goals, and of course, to be a successful and professional teacher someday. Yun lang,
Thank you
sir.
po. Salamat po, Doc. Thank you po, Doc Josie. So I think students, we need to bear in mind that we have this self-motivation ano po, in each and every one of us as a student for us to learn. And on behalf of being lenient ang ating mga teachers or kami mga teachers, let's all be responsible. As we all know, tayo namang kayo mga students are very capable as a 21st century learner. Ano po? So I think we are waiting for the last question if could be possible. So let's wait po kung meron pa. Ayan. So I think kung wala na po, last parting words po, Doc Josie, para po ma-share po natin on behalf po, para po sa lahat ng ating LSPNs and our viewers in terms of collaboration. And then, kasunod naman po si Doc Vina. Ayan po. Doc Josie?
So once again, good afternoon and thank you very much. Kanina nalimutan ko na itong sabihin, no? Kasi nagulo-gulo na ako ng aking internet connection. But then, thank you very much for this opportunity, no? To participate in this webinar. Thank you to our for the person or for the technical staff, no? Especially dun sa ating kay Sir Iki, kay Sir Michael, kay Ma'am Joy. So thank you very much for your assistance for us. And of course sa ating sa ating university president. Thank you sa ating VP for Academic Affairs, Dr. Eden, kay Dean, no? Kay Dean Dr. Florida Pamatmat, kay Ma'am Henley as BEd Coordinator, kay Ma'am Maida, tama ba? Ma'am Maida Sarmiento of
Yes po.
Liliu, no? From Liliu Extension. And of course, sa aming din sa pagpayag sa akin, although talaga nasa meeting ako actually kanina, no? So nung nag-play na yung ating stream, tinatanong ako ni Dean about our extension. So sabi ko, "Sir, ma'am, excuse po muna ako kasi na po ako, naka-login na ako dito sa StreamYard na to." Okay, so thank you kay Ma'am Pamatmat. And to our students who participated this afternoon, so maraming salamat sa inyo. So this is a great experience, no? Sharing and collaborating with fellow academicians and students. Every opportunity of this type should be used to further and strengthen the and collaborative effort of the academic community for the advancement of learning. So again, it is my honor to be with you today, no, on this in this uncertain time. I value your determination and acquire knowledge and skills despite the big challenge that we are facing right now. So yun lang. God bless us all.
Thank
Thank
you
you and good
po, Doc
afternoon.
Josie.
Okay.
Doc Vina?
Okay. Okay. Once again, good afternoon, no? For the students, please try to your best to overcome with courage any challenge comes your way. Nasa sa inyo po 'yan, no? Nasa sa inyong sarili na 'yan, no? It is your sabi nga sarili mo talaga 'yan, no? Nobody else, sarili mo. Okay. And sir, I would like to take this opportunity to express my appreciation, gratitude, no, for every member of this activity, ano po, mula sa presidente hanggang sa estudyante. Maraming salamat. And salamat din po sa trust that you accorded us as a speaker of this webinar. Thank you very much po. Maraming salamat. Okay po. Ilan po and see you next time kung meron pa next time. Okay,
Yes
salamat
po.
po, sir. Okay.
Thank you po. Indeed, Doc Josie and Doc Tina. Sana wag din po kayo magsasawa in sharing this super generous nyo po in giving us a lot of information and definitely ayan, nakikita po natin yung mga comments ng ating mga LSPians, ng viewers natin, our students. They're giving thank you and thank you also sa inyo dahil nagstay kayo with us. And with that po, Doc Josie and Doc Dina, allow us to award the certificate of recognition on behalf of being our resource speaker for this episode. So allow me to read the citation. So here is the certificate of recognition to be awarded to our guest speakers in recognition of being incomparable to their contribution as a resource speaker during our webinar entitled Values for K-12 Pre-Service Teachers PEER-PEEC, a lecture series on episode 3 awarded today, April 16, 2021, given also here at the Laguna State Polytechnic University, Santa Cruz Campus, Santa Cruz, Laguna, signed by our Dean, Dr. Florida Pamatmat. And also, we would like also to inform you that if you had been registered in our official link, we are going also to give you a certificate of participation as well. And the certificate of participation will be also signed by our very own Dean of College of Teacher Education, Dr. Florida V. Pamatmat. So I think, folks, this event, we're not that too bombarded with a lot of information. Thank you for being with us. But before ending this wonderful event, we would like to hear some parting words to give us a closing remarks from one of our CTE faculty from the main campus. I'll give it to you, Dr. Evelyn Balaoro. Good afternoon. Good evening, ma'am.
Magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat at sa mga binubuo po ng ating webinar na Values for Pre-Service Teachers lecture series. So kay Dr. Henry Materes na siya po ang namuno para po magkaroon po tayo ng ganitong webinar. Ako po ay nagpapasalamat sa kanya at isa po ito sa malaking activity ng College of Teacher Education. Hindi lamang po si Ma'am Hendy, kundi po ang lahat ng tumulong po sa kanya para po magkaroon po tayo ng ganitong lecture series. And at the same time, sana po itong ating po activity na to ay hindi lamang po ngayon, kundi sana po marami pa pong sumunod na mga activity. Actually, ito po ay isa sa mga ginawa niya para maging makabuluhan po ang College of Teacher Education. And at the same time, itong Values for Pre-Service Teacher ay isang napakahalagang webinar kasi tinutukoy dito po ang mga kahalagahan ng pagtuturo, lalo po at ito po isinangkapan ng values. So ibig sabihin, lahat po ng mga teachers na nagbigay po nito o nakakuha ng ganitong mga seminaryo, ibig sabihin ay talaga pong magiging isa sa magiging isa na kumbaga pundasyon ng mga teacher, no? Lalo-lalo pa na kailangan po natin ngayon ng mga ganitong values based service teacher kasi nga po itong pandemya ay hindi po talaga parang isang one click lang na maaalis ka agad sa Pilipinas, kundi itong mga ganitong value seminars talaga po ay makakatulong lalo-lalo na sa ating propesyon bilang isang guro. So muli po at sa aking mga kasama sa College of Teacher Education, sa mga tao na tumulong para ito po ay maisakatuparan, ako po ay labis-labis na nagpapasalamat at ganun din po kay Ma'am Henley sapagkat ako'y isinama niya sa ganitong aktibidades. At muli po ay kanina nga po nasabi ko na hindi lamang po ito una, kundi ito po ay magtuloy-tuloy na aktibidades ng College of Teacher Education. So, nagpapasalamat po talaga ako sa lahat ng ating mga kasama. Muli po, sana po ay sabi nga first impression, it is last. Okay, thank you po.
Thank you very much, Dr. Evelyn Valaoro, for giving us that wonderful words to end our program. But beforehand, we would like to thank again our University President, Dr. Mario R. Briones, our Vice President for Academic Affairs, Dr. Eden Calio, our Campus Director, Engineer Alvarez, our Dean for College of Teacher Education, Dr. Florida Pamatmat, our BE Ed Program Head, Dr. Henley F. Martires, our program initiators, Ma'am Maida O. Sarmiento and Sir Bayani Gia, our technical staff or team, Sir Michael Ardizon and Ma'am Giselle Joy Pangayaw of LSPU Liliu, and to all of our BE Ed faculty from Liliu, Nagkerlan, Siniluan, and into our main campus. Thank you very much for being with us. And most especially to our dear LSPNs and to our viewers this afternoon. Truly indeed that the second to the last episode of PEER-PEEC web conference helped us to learn collaboration is the best key to become a more efficient educator and same as well to influence our future students to become better on not only in the classroom but also as well in their chosen fields or career in the next coming futures of their life. And lastly, do not also forget to enjoy life to the fullest and have this emotional intelligence. It's because ikaw nga mismo ang may kapit ng sarili mo at alam kong kaya mo. Remember to become an asset of your team and never to become its liability. So there you have it. You have been watched the PEER-PEEC episode 3. I am your Sir Ichi. See you soon. And thank you everyone. To God be the glory. Stay safe.